Okay, welcome back. Today's a special day. The first Friday of every month here in Bryan, Texas, they have First Friday where all the vendors come out and they do sell their wares. They have also the car show here. We got local CAMU, PBS affiliates, the Carnegie Library. It's just a small little town festival where they shut down the roads here and they just have a little street festival. So I'm here today with the 83 280ZX. I'm just going to show you what's available here in this beautiful little town. It's a little walk around. Now it goes on several different streets. I'm just going to go make a U-turn here and head towards the cars, but I'm pretty sure that's what you guys want to see. So it turns out I'm the only JDM car here today. It's mainly a lot of Chevys and old Fords. So I'm the only one representing Japan in the 83 Datsun 280ZX. So I'm going to wander over here and we'll take a look at it. Pretty beautiful day. Probably like 81, 82 degrees here in Texas today. It's like somebody's getting married. Congratulations. But look at this. This is what we're here for. We got some really beautiful classics today. A lot of fans. Some really good custom builds here. The Fairlady or Datsun 280ZX Turbo. This is Mimi. All her glory. Got the rims out of storage. She's looking good. Here in Texas, we do pride ourselves on our vehicles, especially in Bryan College Station. Man, there are some really rare gems here. Looking around here a bit. It's getting a little later, so lighting's an issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some final shots of the cars. It's pretty packed. Oh no, go ahead. Go. I want to hear what you're saying.
Oh, well, I remember these. This is actually a later model. I think the Z cars came to this country between 72 and 74, and they were the kind of the hot rod Datsuns.
They came out in 1969 and all the way to 1983 before they got rebadged as Nissan in 1984.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know more of the history than I do.
Yeah, so the turbos came out in 81 in automatic only. 82, 83, the only years they came with a manual transmission. And they only were available in North America and Canada.
So when did they come to the States in 69?
Yes, but under the name Datsun. In Japan, they were Nissan Fairlady. They were called the Fairlady Z.
Yeah, I remember the Datsun.
Yeah.
Golf Gallery had the Datsun.
That's correct.
Dealership here.
Yeah, and so this one came out of Lubbock, Texas. I got a really good story if you want to hear a good story. And the fans in my audience don't know the full story why I'm so obsessed with this specific color. But in 1991, I used to mow my neighbor's yard, and he had a 83 280ZX turbo 5-speed with a digital dash and T-tops and suede interior, just like this one. And I was so obsessed with the car. Hey, what's going on?
Just dropped by to say hello. My friends are moving on.
All right, well, thanks.
It's good to see you here.
Thanks for stopping by. That's one of the engineering students here at A&M. They also have a project car like this, an 83 2+2 that's black, and I'm helping donating parts to restore their car.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm trying to keep these cars alive. Turbos don't exist. They're so rare.
Yeah. I mean, they're an icon, and it's a shame that there's so little of them still around.
Yeah, they usually rust away, and this one was saved.
That's what I was kind of getting with her. The chassis, motors, and all that were just strong, but the bodies were.
Yeah, they didn't do a lot of under bottom, so the only way you could find any of these cars in existence is if they're in Arizona, New Mexico, California, or Central Texas.
Yeah, the drive.
Yeah, so normally they rust away. This one does have a little bit of the cancer on the front windshield, just a little bit, but that's going to be fixed later on this year. So there's a little bit of rust here and over here, but that's going to be repaired. Yeah. It's getting repainted the same exact color just to maintain the value.
Yeah.
But basically, long story short, they use a 10% rule in 81, 82, 83 for all the turbo cars, basically. So if they had, for instance, 56,000 cars worldwide, 5,600 would be, in theory, turbos. But they never offered the turbo 280ZX in Japan, only in an automatic.
Oh.
So that's weird. So basically, these have a Borg Warner T5, which is a Mustang or F-body Camaro, an American transmission.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So these are pretty sought after in Japan. I guess they would either import the transmission and install them there, but it's rare to find a 2.8 straight six turbo with a manual in Japan. They're only North America and Canada only. So that being said, there's only a fraction. Yeah, this is a manual, and it's got the American transmission or the Mustang, Camaro, Pontiac. And I'm slowly building this up to that. Larger turbo, intercooler exhaust. I already did the exhaust partially.
Yeah.
I did the suspension. I did the sway bars already. I did the interior, and I'll pop the hood real quick.
Oh, here we go.
So here's a rare treat. So suspension-wise, I've done everything. Some of the deletes, intake.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is original paint, original glass. It's a keeper, it's a survivor. The interior is immaculate, suede interior.
Yeah.
So a weird fact about the 83 is if it's a late model 83, they have the optional suede interior, which is not available at all. So Nissan, in their last year of production, they tend to suede out the cars. So if it's like a 300ZX, last year was a 88, that would have suede. If it's a Z32, the second gen 300ZX, 96 was the last year, that would have suede. It's a weird rule. So if you open the door, it'll actually say Datsun on the door card. It's all suede right here. It'll actually say Datsun, and it's actually cut into the suede. You'll actually see the emblem. It'll actually say Datsun ZX.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And this being a transition year, you can see on the back. So in 1979 to 1983, they started doing the transition from a Nissan, from Datsun to Nissan. So they started putting the label right here,
By Nissan.
by Nissan.
Oh.
So that way it got people ready for the badging, and all the Datsun dealers had to rebadge to Nissan.
Wow. Well, I'm glad I ran into you because I saw that and I was like, man, I remember those.
Yeah, they're nostalgic. They tend to hit some people. Automatic with blue interior, I sold that. Just to basically buy, repair, flip, rinse and repeat until I got this one. So this is one of those cars I will not sell.
I say it's a keeper.
Yeah, this is the weird thing, is this garnish right here, which is not normally on these cars, mainly North American market, because it's a USA only part, and it actually says made in USA right here. It actually says made in the USA.
Oh, I see.
While everything else is made in Japan.
Oh, okay.
Which is really odd. So only the big Datsun dealerships had this option. You had to ask for it. So it's really rare to see this, and I was actually going to tear that out and put the license plate back up there, and I opted not to do it.
Yeah.
My buddy said, no, that's going to hurt the appraisal.
Yeah, probably will.
Yeah, numbers-wise, this one's probably, well, I know because as a manual transmission, there's 5,600 two-seater versions in the world.
Wow.
That I know of that are still alive. There's 5,600. And then how many of them had digital dashes? How many had 5-speeds? How many of them had suede interiors?
See, I wasn't aware of the digital dash.
Yeah, that was an 82, 83 option.
Oh, okay.
So they only made it for 2 years.
Oh, huh.
And then to find one with a T-top, 5-speed, digital dash, and then this garnish, and then the front windshield garnish. It's so this is probably, I've never seen a red on red except the one I had in high school. They're pretty rare. Because Nissan doesn't do red interiors or red exterior. It's always going to be a black Datsun with red interior or a white Datsun with red interior, never red on red. So that makes it even more rare. So now I have to basically protect it, keep it garaged, rarely drive it.
Well, I bet you that rust, I mean, I don't know how thick that is. But see, we're redoing an 86 F250.
Yeah.
And I saw some bubbling up, and I've got some steel to if I have to cut it out.
Yeah.
But I finally started getting that rust, and it's still solid 'cause it's pretty thick, so I could probably
It's thin.
either do a light media blast or sand it. And yeah, you can.
Well, Mike's going to fix that, but I'd rather pay a professional to do it. He's going to take it down to bare metal and then have to re-weld metal if needed. But he said he can do it. So what I'm doing now is I have to buy the T-top seals brand new before he even paints it.
Oh yeah.
And then the spoiler I have in storage, it's actually going to be mounted sometime next week. And the front lip spoiler, I had a carbon fiber spoiler made for this car.
So things like this seal, you can still get that.
There's a company that actually makes it, yes.
Okay,
I got lucky, but
well,
they just started making it recently, so yes,
yeah.
I got really lucky.
Yeah, I'm sure, it'd be aftermarket, but at least you can get it, though.
That's correct.
That's what's cool is you can get it. So, wow.
Oh, that was 10 minutes. Let me kill this real quick. So, hey, like and subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and kill this this feed for now, and I'll see you in the next time.